All right, your Sunrise Smart Start. We're starting with a live look outside, trying to get an idea of the snow conditions outside the Parkside Diner. Beautiful. Yeah, it looks like the flakes have finally stopped falling. That's the great thing about those bright neon signs, is you can very clearly see what's coming down in front. We're getting just a little bit, tiny bit of the flakes I'm seeing, but certainly the roads are wet, but not blocked in any way by any of that snow accumulation. So the plows, it seems, finally getting out here at 6:49.
I know, I think we're up to like diner number 4 this morning, James. Starving, ready to go. Yeah.
It's impressive. Coffee is hot this morning at the diner, and you just turn onto that side street, and that's when you could slip and slide.
Exactly.
As that's where the snow is. Lower traffic levels, better chance for a little bit of snow. So we have those flakes flying around right now for most on the west side. Others just seeing some real light stuff. Here's the numbers through tonight and tomorrow. I think today everybody gets 2 to 3 inches, and then you add on top of that as you get into your Saturday. Lake effect really going to get fired up through your Saturday. We'll take a look at the 8-day when we warm up in the extended forecast. Brendan, Michaela?
All right, thank you, James. Well, we did just mention some of those slippery conditions caused by that leftover ice and snow. It was very scary and causing some delays as well at the Rochester airport yesterday, where a plane slid right off the runway. Yeah,
this is incredible. The flight carrying passengers from Philly slid off the tarmac as it was landing. Good news here, none of the 50 passengers or 3 crew members on board were hurt. We did hear from a passenger on that flight who talked about how he felt during all of that going on.
So the plane landed like a normal landing, and then we were coming around a turn, and I guess the runway was icy, and when we came around the turn, we skidded off into the grass. I felt that we were in the grass once it kind of came to like a complete stop, and then the plane slightly tilted to the side, and the plane never tilts to the side like that, so we kind of knew that something was wrong at that point.
Yikes. American Airlines tells News 8 that plane is out of service and will undergo a full inspection.
Well, something to keep in mind also during these cold temperatures is your car battery. As AAA reminds you, driving your car is certainly the best way to keep that vehicle battery charged. In Rochester, the group receives 35% more calls for dead batteries. That's what the number they reported to us yesterday. They also got a 29% increase in tow calls. The increased call volume is certainly expected around weekends or when a storm is expecting people to be forced to stay home. So we get that double-decker this weekend. Now, another tip here, your battery should be checked maybe every time you go in for an oil change.
That will take us right to your sunrise traffic here at 6:51. Expressways, the map, all green. Yes, the main roads are good. Side roads still waiting to get cleared, so be safe as you're getting out of the neighborhood, but should be fine if you're about to head out in the next couple of minutes.
A registered sex offender now accused and also accused serial flasher, now once again facing even more charges. Ontario County Sheriff's deputies say that they received a surveillance video from December 6th where they were able to see 54-year-old Paul Gaudrell entering a Walmart in Victor, where investigators say he then followed a family with young girls around the store. They say that it was an attempt to commit a crime for his own sexual gratification, and the deputies say that he was never actually seen doing any shopping and in fact banned from Walmart back in 2021.
Got some more information here about the suspects from the chaos at the mall at Grease Ridge the day after Christmas. William Jefferson, Antonio Torres, Trayvon Burkett, and Amir Dash. We just got their photos here from Grease Police. They are wanted on riot charges. You can see those photos on your screen now. Got those on our website as well. If you know where they might be, you are asked to please call 911.
A Geneseo woman hired to clean homes has now been arrested, accused of stealing up to $50,000 worth of items from 2 different homeowners. Now, according to state police, this woman in the middle of your screen, Maureen Schrimmer, stole multiple items, including jewelry, from at least those 2 homes that she had been hired to clean. Then the troopers say she took that stolen jewelry and pawned it. This investigation is currently ongoing.
Going inside the Buffalo huddle, another big playoff weekend ahead of us. The Bills injury report lists 10 players on the defensive side of the ball. That's not even including Matt Milano and Trey White. They're both on injury reserve. Linebackers Tyrell Dodson, Terrell Bernard. Defensive backs Roswell Douglas, Teron Johnson, and Taylor Rapp, just to name a few, having issues. Even with all the injuries and without the former All-Pros, Milano and White, the Bills D has been able to stop drives and win games. This is Sean McDermott, the head coach, his first year with full reins of running the defense, making the calls, and he is putting in some great work.
He's a teacher first and foremost. Like, you know, I know we call him coach and everybody sees him like coaching and stuff, but he's a teacher of men. What makes Coach McDermott different, he really puts us in his mind. You know, when he's calling plays during the game, like, we know exactly why he's calling it, exactly what he's thinking, and we can kind of play accordingly.
It is the late game Sunday, 6:30 kickoff for Bills hosting Chiefs. Then we will have post-game coverage all right here on News 8, your home for the Buffalo Bills. At URMC, the team there is celebrating a record for 2023 as Strong Memorial provided more than 3 dozen families the gift of life.
To explain that, Ron Spitzer live in our studio right now, talking more about the Cardiac Center's certainly very busy and important year, and also how you can give them a hand. Ron.
There was a total of 40 heart transplants performed at Strong Memorial Hospital last year, a record number and up 82% from 2022. One of the recipients, Penfield resident Denise Champagne, tells me she got her new heart in March of 2023. She was diagnosed with a congenital heart defect as a toddler, and her transplant was her 5th open chest surgery. The first 4 were valve replacements. Cardiac transplant surgeon Dr. Catherine Wood with URMC tells me performing the surgery was challenging due to the heavy scarring in Champagne's chest from her former surgeries. Champagne says since the transplant, she's heading in the right direction and she's feeling something she never has.
I never had a heart that worked, so I know how I felt before, and I'm kind of like back to there, only instead of deteriorating, I'm improving all the time. So I'm going uphill instead of downhill, and you know, now I've got, you know, a future to look at, whereas before I wasn't sure I had one.
There is always a need for donors. More than 500 people are waiting for a heart, kidney, liver, or pancreas transplant at Strong Memorial. Anyone age 16 and older can enroll in the state Donate Life registry. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Ron. Well, the world's largest cruise ship, the Icon of the Seas, is just days away from its maiden voyage. Now, this has been described as a floating city because it's almost as long as the Empire State Building is tall. It's got 20 decks and room for up to 7,600 passengers who can all enjoy 7 pools, theaters, a casino, more than 40 places to eat and drink on board. The Icon of the Seas set to set sail on the 27th.
Cruise people?
I don't know. I've never been on one.
I've been on one, and I have a great fear of getting trapped on one if there's like a stomach bug going around. We've covered those stories, and
really?
Sorry.
That's true, too.
Not with 7,000 people on board.
Well, hey, maybe you want to sail away to the Caribbean, though, to escape some of these temperatures we've got.
Sure, right. Yeah, it's going to be cold this weekend. We've got snow this weekend as well. Numbers falling into the teens tonight. Area-wide snow now. That gives us a couple inches on the ground. Then tomorrow it is more lake effect. We've got those snow showers pouring in from the north, and look at that high of 17. Sunday looks good, though, for the game, for heading to Orchard Park. If not, looks great in the living room.
Even better in the living room. You're staying warm, not digging out a seat.
I know, it does. Thank you so much for spending the week with us here at Sunrise. Next update in half an hour.
Stay tuned for CBS Mornings.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.